Testing. And begin. Alright, here we are back with Baldi'sBasicsPlus, the new version 0.4.1 update. The game updated the last time I played this. My name is NormalRabbit12. I am currently whispering to not wake up the people in the other room, so I'm not sure if you can actually hear me or not. I may have to adjust that in editing. And in this video, I'm going to be playing through, well, version 0.4.1 of the new update, because it's been updated again. Last video, I played through the hide-and-seek mode, and I'm going to be replaying it again in this video, because last video, well, I kinda accidentally pressed numpad 8. I did do a test run, not a test recording, but a test run, and I found a pretty good seed that we can play on. So I have the seed here. That's the seed that we'll be playing on. And before we start, I do want to go through all of the things that have changed with this new update. First off, in the field trips, we are now back down to only the camping field trip because there was a problem with the farm field trip, and that's been removed because the developer didn't want to revamp. The developer is going to be revamping all of the field trip minigames again. Well, when I say all of them, the 2 field trip minigames that we have. So rather than fix the farm minigame only to replace it later, the farm minigame is now just completely removed. Which I am okay with, because that one was a little bit, it was either way too easy or way too difficult. There was never an in-between for that one. Secondly, there is now a note for the challenges, which all of them are old but remain here for legacy purposes. There will be new challenge maps added near the end of development, so we're not going to be getting any new challenge maps, but I will be playing for the challenges that we have access to after we finish hide-and-seek mode. Some other stuff that's been added: we have a new character. The map generation system has been changed. The sound propagation system has been changed. A lot of quality of life improvements that make the game easier and much more difficult. The library has been changed, so it's no longer a maze, but we still have, still retains the mechanic of you not being able to hear anything that's in there. And there's also been a few more decoration items as well, and all of the rooms, classrooms, faculty rooms, principal's office, those are no longer randomly generated. Those are all pre-generated rooms, and instead of they'll be placed down in certain areas that they fit in. And there are a couple of cool little rooms that I found in this seed that I want to show off that really emphasize how much better this new map generation system is. Also, one more thing. From the day I'm recording it, well, from the release of 0.4, February 26th, to March 11th, the game is having a 40% off sale. So if you want to pick up the game and try out the update for yourself, I say now is a good time to play it. Speaking of playing, let's begin. Alright, here we are. So we're in the game. We could save and quit. We're not doing that. So instead, we're going to play the game. Here we go. There's Baldi. We don't really care too much about Baldi because he hasn't really changed. So this is one of the new rooms we have. It has a banana, a computer, filing cabinets, and the new bookshelves. Now we no longer have still PNGs of them. Over here we have a classroom that looks kind of like the classroom that was in the original Classic that was near the payphone. Over here we have the cafeteria, which has multiple doorways to it, as well as multiple vending machines. Now I should say, while the rooms are not randomly generated anymore, the items and props like sodas, well, vending machines and whatnot. Oh, thank you, Principal. Those are still randomized. And I also want to mention, we now have the crazy item vending machines. Basically, what these vending machines do is they're exactly the same as the vending machines found in Birthday Bash. And what they do, for those who are unaware of what the crazy vending machine is, there's also sound effects for Beans' bubblegum, which is also quite nice. Principal's office has a new door. What the vending machines do, the crazy vending machines, what they do is they'll give you a random item when you put a quarter in them. Which is... I wasn't thinking on that one. So now not only do we have the soda and Zesty Bar machines, where we could definitely get sodas and Zesty Bars from, but we can also get a random item from the crazy vending machines. Well, the crazy item vending machines, which is what they're called. And I haven't seen the vending machines yet in this update, but that's because the developers said that they're kind of rare. Now, I don't know how rare they actually are, to be exact, but I assume pretty rare.
Congratulations! You found all notebooks! Now all you need to do is find a way out before I catch you!
That was easy. A couple of things that have been changed, you may have noticed. The map is now completely different. It's no longer just a bunch of lines. The different rooms that you could go to on the map have their own, they have different colors, so it's easier to tell which room you want to go to and which one you kind of want to avoid. And the elevators now have their own icon on the map, as you can see right there. So as you can see, that up arrow means that there's an elevator there. And when it comes time to escape, if you open up this map, there will be a check mark for the elevator saying that you have to go to that elevator. If you get to the elevator and it closes, that check mark becomes an X, meaning that you should not go to the elevator because you've already been there. This is also one of the new rooms, as you can see. Now almost none of the rooms are completely square now. This room just has a table. There's new ambience. In the playground, we could go on the Ferris wheel and it turns us around, which is a nice little touch. We have a little stone area here that has hopscotch on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. Wait, why is there no 8 on the chalk thing? Oh, whatever. This game kinda just does what it wants, if I'm honest. We can no longer hide behind math machines, by the way, so that joy has been removed, unfortunately. Although I will admit it was a big help. So I do kinda understand why the developer removed that, because that was, let's be honest, if I'm being honest, I don't think that really was an intended feature on the developer's part. Chockles can appear in faculty rooms now. There's Dr. Reflex's room. There's Bald. E. Let's see if I can hide here. Oh, I can hide here. Okay. Also, I should mention the new audio propagation system. Before, when a noise was made, it would always take the shortest path to you, and it would go through walls in order to reach you to send you the information that someone is nearby. Now though, noises will always take the shortest path to you, but they will no longer go through walls. Instead, they'll take a designated path towards you. Field trip. Alright, so basically, Noises will always take a path to you, but they won't go through walls to get to you. What this means is it's a lot easier to know when someone is truly close to you, so that you don't get the wrong information, which is very helpful, especially if you don't have subtitles turned on. Also, this minigame has not changed.
Whoa! I think you might be smarter than me.
That was a guess on that last one. So equip that. Eat that right away. Zesty bars now have their own, they have a, eating sound. Stupid balloon. They have their own sound effect for when you eat them now. Is what I meant to say. Alright. He's going away, good. Oh, I love this new sound propagation system. Yeah, see, now it tells me he's over to my right. We have not encountered Dr. Reflex yet. He's over there, okay, good. Good. Alright. We have our payphone here. Ooh. Event. The leak. Now, editor, you may want to turn off the audio for a minute while I talk about this. Basically, before in my last video, I encountered a bug. A bug where, when I entered the whirlpool like this, I ended up getting stuck under the map. Now though, yeah, see, there's a giant X. Go away, Baldi. Go. But now that bug has been patched. And thank goodness for that. Apparently the bug was able to be caused if you entered a field trip while you were getting sucked into a whirlpool. So, I did kind of figure that's what actually happened. Thank goodness that bug has been patched. Alright, shop.
I'm Johnny. Welcome to my store.
Hello, Johnny. Item prices have been changed, which you probably didn't see in the last video. Well, you definitely didn't see it in the last video, because I accidentally pressed numpad 8, which pauses my recording on OBS. But Zesty Bar's prices have been increased from 50 to 125. Keys have had their prices increased to 75 from the original 50. Chalk, which was at, well, chalk erasers, which were at 50, are now up to 100. The biggest shocker I had in the last video was the apple, which used to cost $250, now costs 400 YTPs, more than the map costs on floor 3. But we do have a good inventory here. Gonna get the principal's keys, because before I tried out the seed, I had an instance where I got locked in a room by Chockles, because Chockles has been changed up a little bit. Now, instead of his timer immediately resetting when you enter or when you leave a room, his timer will gradually go down instead of immediately resetting to 0. So Chockles is a bit more of a threat now because of that. But anyways, we have everything we need, so let's go on. I'm not sure if the people in the other room are awake yet, so I'm gonna keep whispering. I feel like I've been doing a pretty good job at that. Oh, and also, the Roto Hall. The Roto Hall turns faster now, which is very handy, and it will only turn in the direction well, it will turn in the direction that is quickest for it. So the roto hall has been made a lot faster, which I really enjoy because before having to wait for it was a bit of a pain. Principal of the thing has a new mechanic where before he enters a faculty room, he will knock on the faculty room's door. I think we could see that now. Never mind. But anyways, I did see that in action. Oh, here's Dr. Reflex. There he is.
Whoa!
There we go.
First try! The test results include...
Oh yeah, see? There. Look at that. He knocks on the door before he actually enters. That I find is a very cool mechanic, especially for when you have the dirty chalk eraser, because you'll know when to actually use it instead of having to rely on guesswork. Oh, and also the whirlpool. Well, there goes our man. Alright, I've never actually gotten the instance of, just opening up the map to see where the notebook is, and so that you can hear me. I've never had the instance of where Dr. Reflex, brings out his mallet when you leave before his test is finished. Which is technically what just happened. Thank you, Flood Event. You're very helpful. So supposedly what he does is he brings out a mallet, and any NPC he encounters when he has his mallet, he will squish them, and their interaction with the player will be limited. So for example, if Baldi gets squished, he won't end the game. If Dr. Reflex squishes me with his hammer, which is when he'll stop using the hammer. When he squishes me, he'll put his hammer away, and then my interaction with stuff will also be limited. That baiting right there is from, that baiting right there was from Dr. Reflex. Also, apparently, if an NPC comes in contact with It's a Bully, instead of them going through It's a Bully, they'll go a different direction. Except for maybe Principal of the thing, because he's the one who sends the bully to detention. And also, supposedly we're able to pass through the bully if we're going fast enough, according to the patch notes for 0.4.0. But I kind of... Yeah, see, that beans went away. Okay, he's going away. Okay, so Dr. Reflex went away. Thank goodness. Supposedly, Dr. Reflex will follow noises when he's angry, so he effectively...
What's the problem?
So he effectively just...
Hands up!
So he effectively...
Never here!
He effectively just turns into another Baldi. Only Dr. Reflex doesn't end your run, he instead limits your interaction with stuff.
Congratulations! You found all 9 notebooks! Now all you need to do is... find a way out before I catch you!
I don't like that. 15 seconds. Detention for you. You should know. No escaping detention.
There we go. I see Dr. Reflex down there. And fire. Okay, go. Go, go, go. The grapple hook also releases faster, which is very helpful in a situation like this. Alright, is this the last exit? Yes. Okay, we won without getting squished by a hammer. Alright, 1000 YTPs. I think, is that a better score than I got last time? I think it might be. Alright, now we have the ending. And it's the same as it was before. Except for balloons now glitching out in the corners. And,
Now that you know,
well, only in the corners.
I'll let you go till you come again.
But now that hide and seek is done, we now move on to the challenges. Now, these challenges, as it says here, are old. They've been with us since about 2020. They remain here for legacy purposes. The new challenge maps will be added near the end of development, so these challenges, they're still the ones we've seen before. But I'm going to be playing through them still just to see if the update has changed them up a bit. I haven't gotten to play them before 0.4.1 was dropped, but, you know, better late than never, you know. So we're gonna try out the Speedy Challenge. Also, the challenges have now been reorganized they've been reorganized, so Challenge 1 Speedy Challenge is over on the left instead of being in the middle, which I think is what it was before. Whatever. Anyways, play game. Start. Alright. Alright. Already, I feel like we're going faster. Alright. This is gonna be a bit... I don't know. Basically, the reason why I want to play through these challenges again is just to see if they've gotten any harder, any easier. That's kind of why I'm replaying them here. Because, who knows, like this new update, it changed a lot. It may end up changing the challenges in some way the developer didn't foresee. We don't really know. Which is why I'm playing through them. Alright. Guess oh god, lag. Oh god. Okay, why is the game lagging? Okay, it's resolved itself, good. So nothing from the new update is going to be added. I mean, this map is, oh my god, this looks insane. I will say it is easier to know where the classrooms and faculty rooms are. Classrooms are always in green, faculty rooms are always red. Hallways are always in, like, gray. And we can also see, thankfully, we can see where swinging doors are, and we know which ones are locked. Which, thank you, Mike McGonagall, for showing us where all the swinging doors are, and for also telling us when they're locked. I honestly couldn't be more grateful. Notebook. I feel like the speed boost that we have on this challenge has been increased a little. Might be wrong. I will say the new sound propagation system is working. By working, I mean, like, it's actually very helpful. Like, it's so much easier to know. Before, with the new update, I couldn't figure out what it was talking about. Well, not what I was talking about, but what the new propagation system did. Like, I had to relearn how the subtitles worked. Now that I know how they work, like, this is so much easier. It's so much easier to know where the bald man is. Alright, which notebooks do I need to get? Oh, there's one there, one there, one down here. Alright, we can get this notebook. go. Run down here. Baldi is nowhere. Thank goodness. Now where was the last... Oh, there it is. Nice. Alright, did the game just like in the perfect moment? I think the game liked just so perfectly that I managed to go for the door without opening it. Because I didn't see the Baldicator in the bottom right. That or I've lost sound, let me just check. Yeah. Also, I should show off the icons. So, okay, it's not a check mark. So the green arrow means we can go to that elevator. A red X, where is it? A red X means that we've been to that elevator already. So, there's the elevator indicators in action. Now let's clear up this challenge. It doesn't seem to be any more difficult or any more easy.
Wow!
But that works for me. And Baldi still gives our performance A up. Still misspelled, but we'll let that slide. Now we're gonna go on to challenge 2, Stealthy, which I am not looking forward to. On the plus side, the sound propagation system should make it easier to know where the principles are. So let's see, do the icons. Okay, now I can see a little bit of a problem here, because this arrow shows that a principle is here. All the principles use this arrow, and the arrow color is just so slightly different from the background color. So that may... So Mike McGonagall, if you're watching this, you may want to change the color of the arrows to show where the principles are for this challenge. And just a little bit of a suggestion. There's a principle. Oh, I forgot that they wait. That might make this challenge slightly easier in a way, because they knock on doors. Also, there's the sound propagation system at its best. Now, because there is no door leading into the office for this challenge, because why would we want to go in there in the first place? Baldi's in there. We don't hear the ruler slaps. I like that a lot. Okay, this challenge. Aside from the whistling, is very quiet. Cause now that we don't hear Baldi's slap anime, like, now that we don't hear Baldi's ruler, because of the way the sound is propagated now, it is so much more quiet. It is so much quieter. Hello, Principal. That, I think, is a bug. I don't think all the principals should be whistling at the exact same time. Because my word, that hurts my ears. Alright. We are good. Now I can either go left, up, and then to the exit, or I can take a right, which is a longer route. I'm gonna go the more direct route, cause heck yeah. Not gonna get caught by a principal at this stage. There was one right there.
Wow!
You know, I think that challenge has been made easier. Alright, so that challenge has definitely been affected by the update. One, we no longer hear Baldi's slapping of the ruler. So it's very quiet. In fact, it's very quiet in general because of the new sound propagation system. And secondly, because the principals have to knock on the door first, with the addition of the principal knocking on faculty doors before opening them, the principals feel like they're a lot more clustered almost. Like they're in bigger clusters. Sure, you still have like the odd one that's like roaming around the school somewhere, like somewhere on the other side of the school. But that feels so much easier to me. And now we only have one challenge left before I end the video. Grapple. My legs are still broken in the challenge, but I have an infinite use grappling hook. Let's see how this works. Challenge number 3. Begin. We can still launch multiple grappling hooks. But the grapple hooks move so much faster. Holy moly. Okay, I think what the developers should do with this challenge is make it so that Baldi's speed is a little bit... like, make Baldi move a little bit faster, you know? Just to give him a fighting chance. Like, my word. This is... this is faster than the Speedy Challenge. Speed! Oh, come on. Oh, I can see the gate right there. Yeah, I can see that now again. That used to not be... that gate above the elevator used to not be seen. Now I can see it again. So... that kind of needs to be fixed. Get soda. So that nobody drowns. Where do I need to go? This is quite a big map. Not as big as the one used in the Speedy Challenge. But it is still absolutely gigantic. Oh no. Where's your class at? Oh, right there. For once, Mrs. Pomp decides that our classroom is in a location that has a notebook in it, thank goodness. I also just realized that for the challenges, Baldi doesn't announce when we've collected all the notebooks. And that's another thing. Right here, this room here is where Godsweep's closet is. The color is supposed to be orange, but in this challenge it's yellow. Not yellow, white. Have the other rooms? This room is white when it's supposed to be blue. Detention still is yellow. Huh. So there are color changes that need to be fixed with that. And there we go. Everything covered for the new update of Baldi'sBasicsPlus. So that is everything for version 0.0. Now you're probably wondering, since it took 3 years for 0.4 to come out, does that mean it's going to take another 3 years for version 0.5 to come out? And the good news is, no, we don't have to wait that long again. Hopefully, because now that 0.4 is out, and that Classic Remastered has been released, and that Mike McGonagall has finished his game design document, which I don't know what a game design document is. If you know what a game design document is, please feel free to tell me in the comment section down below. But more importantly, Mike McGonagall has started a new update schedule for Baldi'sBasicsPlus. And the new schedule is, we get bug fix updates every week or so. And every 2 months, approximately every 2 months, we get a new major update. So that means, if I go ahead and read the notes, what the new update schedule means is that 0.5 will release around the end of April, beginning of May. So we can expect a new update either at the end of April or the beginning of May, somewhere around that time. So that means we don't have to wait another 3 years for a new major content update. Isn't that the best news you've ever heard? It's definitely the best news I've heard for myself. Well, if I'm getting my words mixed up. Anyways, that is all that I have to cover for 0.4. As a quick reminder, Baldi's Basics Plus is currently on sale for 40% off until March 11th. So if you want to snake the game at a cheap price, I say now's a good time to go ahead and buy it. And if you want to check out some other stuff that has been added into the game that probably wasn't covered in this update, you could go ahead and do that as well. But until the next update for Baldi's Basics Plus version 0.4, or I guess until the next Roldy video comes out, see ya!